So let's get to backstage before the event, and then particularly before the match. What are some? How was backstage SummerSlam 2009 leading into the event?
Well, it was at the Staples Center, so there was celebrities all over the place, and we would. I can't remember everybody who was there. I remember I met CeeLo that night.
Freddie Prinze Jr. was there, right?
Freddie Prinze Jr. was there. Yup. It was just so many celebrities. I'm like, I think Travis Barker. A lot of celebrities who I wouldn't think that were wrestling fans. They were in the building. Grew up watching him. When my sister watched it, I just sometimes 90210 Luke Perry, R.I.P. And the energy was just good. You know, after we found out that we weren't going over, I mean, we went back to being professional, and then the backstage everything. But we went over our match a few times, and that was one of the greatest days of my career, SummerSlam. Even though we didn't go over, I mean, winning the title would have been the icing on the cake.
Yeah. So backstage, do you remember anything particular that went down as far as conversations or anything leading into the pay-per-view?
I don't, but I'll tell you one eerie moment. I believe this was SummerSlam night. Me and Beth Phoenix. I'll never forget this. Me and Beth Phoenix was sitting in the trainer's office watching SummerSlam, and I think Undertaker had a spot. I don't know if he had a match, but he was doing something, and he was we didn't know he was around us. I remember watching the show, and then me and Beth looked at each other like, what's, like, it wasn't like a smell. It wasn't anything our senses could pick up. It was just weird. It wasn't a smell. We didn't see nothing. We didn't hear nothing. It was just like a energy. And when we looked at each other and like we gave up, like, you feel that? And I shit you not, we turned around and Undertaker was getting ready to go out, and we were like, wow, we could like feel his presence. Like that night he had like an aura with him. It wasn't nothing negative. It was just like, wow, this guy. I don't know if he meditated for an hour before he came to gorilla position, but it was just like, this guy has some serious energy. Like, I don't know if he works with a yogi master or something, but wow.
Yeah, very eerie.
If you ever speak to Beth Phoenix, she could definitely co-sign that.
Yeah, definitely eerie. Yeah, so let's get to the match. Very nice, very good match. Very, back and forth.
Thank you.
Yeah, Shad had his spots too, man. Looked really good, looked really big. Again, the big man of the team, that kind of dance would show a bit. Then we did get to the finish of the match. I remember watching the match, and I was really pulling for y'all because I think I was really pulling for y'all from the very beginning. But right then and there at that time, it just seems like the momentum was so with y'all. It was just so with Cryme Tyme. And I remember in that particular time, like, oh man, even if JeriShow lost and regained it, I just think just for the feel of it, you know what I mean? It just was, you can't recreate moments like that. I think it just, as a fan, I was just like, oh, they could have just won, even if they lost it on Raw the next time.
I believe that they were going back and forth if we should win the titles or not. I believe that we were slated to win. And I think it changed when Jericho and Big Show were going to go into an angle with DX. And
that's right.
And DX right afterwards won the titles from them. So yeah, we were supposed to win the titles from them. But I think, last minute change. They're like, oh, we're going to work DX after that. Because I think they were working Cody, and I think they were ending it right there.
Legacy at the time, right?
But I think it would have been great to have Cryme Tyme versus DX. That would have been a bigger. Yeah, that would have been way better.
Let's spend a few minutes to go off the script a little bit. So what we saw was JeriShow defeat Cryme Tyme, but wonder if Cryme Tyme would have defeated JeriShow. What do you think could have happened instead leading into the next pay-per-view?
It would probably would be at work. I would have loved to work DX. That'd have been like perfect.
Now, who's the heels at the time? If you're working
the backstage segments you would have had, the pranks, the promos. But I know the powers that be. Then it wasn't aligned in the stars. But if we won the titles, we'd have talked. At that time, Twitter was hot. Twitter had was picking up momentum. I had just got a Twitter account, and I was like really like getting the hang of it. So I probably would have had so much fun on Twitter talking crap.
Yeah, I agree.
Probably would have definitely got more heat, you know, and then they would have like, yeah, these guys way too arrogant. We have to take titles back.
yeah. But even if you would have feuded against DX, do you think it would have just been babyface versus babyface, and you just kind of joke about it, or just would someone would have made the turn?
If anything, Shad and I probably would have been more of the heels.
Okay.
We would have had to turn it up a little bit more. And I would have had no problem. That would have even been more fun, because at that time I don't think I've ever had worked as heel, so that would have been a little fun, get some heat on Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I just preferred Cryme Tyme as baby faces, man. And, we talked plenty of times before, and we were just talking about how I liked Cryme Tyme because it wasn't the quintessential bad guy type of feel to it. You know what I mean? It was like the Robin Hood type of thing. It really didn't it wasn't necessarily a stereotype. It was just a fun type of we're good. We're helping. We're the,
we're helping.
Hollywood, so you're exactly, we're helping. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I just think it would have been a good thing. Even like I said, even if we're going off the script a little bit, even if Cryme Tyme would have defeated JeriShow and even lost the next Raw, and if would you be okay with that?
Yeah, I would have been okay with that. As long as we're in the books. We won.
Exactly.
We won.
Yeah. I remember the commentator. I know it was Jim Ross and oh gosh, what was his name with the glasses? I think he was
Top Tango. Who was that?
Grisham. I think it was Grisham. Yeah, Grisham.
Yeah. Wow.
WWE WWF Livewire. Yeah, it was Grisham, and he was talking about how Cryme Tyme never been champions, and Jericho cut the promo beforehand saying that they split him and Big Show split over 40 championships and things like that. And I just think with all of that, built up, it just winning would have been good. I see no problem with just making the chains of Raw. So yeah, but it's we can only imagine at this point, and we can just go off the script. So that's what we do. Last thoughts, JTG, about SummerSlam 2009, Cryme Tyme versus JeriShow.
What was that last question? What was that? I'm sorry.
Last thoughts of Cryme Tyme versus Jericho, SummerSlam 2009.
Last thoughts. It was a privilege. It was an honor to be in the ring with Big Show and Chris Jericho. Hopefully, maybe down the line, I get in the ring with Chris Jericho again. 2021, 2022. We'll see what direction the wind blows me in 2021. But I'm definitely in the game. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying the indies. And we'll see if I keep hearing this, one of the major two, 3 or 2 is gonna holler at your boy. So we'll see.
Nice, ladies and gentlemen. He's JTG. I'm Dr. Chris Featherstone, and we just went off the script. Bye bye.
Sure.